I never intended to have a one-issue channel where all I do is talk about the same thing. That currently being the Israel-Palestine situation, but with this going on, I don't really know. I find it hard to see how people talk about anything else, to be honest. Before this, I felt that way about climate change. I felt like this is such a big thing, it's going to have such ramifications that why isn't everyone talking about it, trying to encourage their community to do better, their politicians to do better? Why? Or why not? Then this came along, and I feel like if we live in a world where this can happen, where 15,000 kids can die, who knows how many innocent adults, okay, some Hamas, but not enough to justify the absolutely ridiculous amount of innocent people that have been slaughtered, and no amount of Hamas killed would justify the amount of innocent people who have been slaughtered. And if this can happen and nobody gives an SHIT, then maybe it's not even a world worth preserving. Maybe that's why, who was I kidding, making little rinky-dink videos when I have about climate change, and I don't drive, and my wife cycles to work, and I don't fly, and try not to eat red meat, guys. It's not even worth giving a toss, because I don't even think this world is worth saving. I mean, sorry to be negative. I know this isn't the yardstick of how we should measure society, but I go on Facebook because it's the only way I have of keeping in touch with people back home in the UK. I live in Thailand now, in Bangkok here. And if I wanted to be popular, I'd travel around and make content about travelling around Thailand, but there's a whole lot of other people doing that already, doing it better than I would, with better editing skills. They're better looking, they have nicer hair, okay? And I don't even want to encourage people to fly halfway around the world here, because like I say, until very recently I gave a stuff about the climate issue, and I don't think long-haul flights are the move right now. So I don't make that sort of content. And I was going to make content about issues, the gap between rich and poor, monarchy, the ridiculousness thereof, and I better be careful saying that here in Thailand, okay? Caveat, that doesn't apply to Thai monarchy, which is just lovely, because I don't want to go to prison, okay? And I was going to talk about the gap between rich and poor, and your general social justice, woke, Guardian reading issues, alright? Tofu boy, muesli eating boy, whatever. But, like I say, if we live in a world where, getting back to Facebook, nobody I know at home, nobody mentions this. Nobody talks about it. What the UK government has supported, has armed, we've sent weapons, we've sold weapons. Well, I guess it's a nice little earner. That's why the government are happy to not to have a resolution to the Israel-Palestine thing, because while it's like this, we can sell them an awful lot of weapons, as can the US. But why people don't care, it has to be racism, why people don't care that, or anti-Islam sentiment, that it's only those people dying, so who cares, right? And I know one guy who talks about it. That's a comedian, an Irish comedian, who I saw here in Bangkok, back when I was on the comedy circuit myself, trying to do open mic stand-up and going to shows. And this one guy who'd been in the TV show Father Ted in a small role, and he was here doing stand-up, and I friended him on Facebook, and he's the one guy I know on Facebook who mentions this, and a Muslim guy I used to be at school with has mentioned it. Aside from that, nobody. And I'm like, if nobody cares, for one thing, I don't want to go back to the UK, because I just don't think the average person there is very nice. If they can just have their government support this, and I don't have a job, so I don't have to worry about getting in trouble with my boss. Maybe they have to worry about getting in trouble at work or something. But this is even people who are senior in years, over 70, over 80, aunts, people I used to work with who are up in years. Nothing. They're saying nothing. One of these aforementioned old people clicks like on some of my videos that I share there, but that's the extent of it. I've had one person, a cousin in America, say, right on for caring. I've had one person I used to house share with, a Jewish person, thinking I'm anti-Semitic, which I'm not. Aside from that, everyone has politely ignored everything I've said about it on social media. Everyone back in the UK has anyway. People I engage with on Twitter X are different because there you can always find people who share your politics, whatever stripe of politics it might be. But in terms of people in the UK, I'm done with the UK. If I could take up Irish citizenship, I probably would, or maybe even South African, or one of the other countries that has spoken out against Israel. I noticed Norway is still funding UNRWA, UNRWA, whatever it is, hard to pronounce, the body that feeds and educates Palestinian kids, the UN body that does that. Norway did not pull the funding when all the other countries did. If I could become a citizen of Ireland, Norway, South Africa, one of these countries with a moral conscience, I damn well just might, and throw away my UK passport. I've been back to the UK once in 17 years for about 3 weeks. I ain't in any hurry to go back there. No hurry at all. And I feel bad that my son's only been there once. He's 16, but you know, he has a UK passport. He can go there in the future if he wants. I don't know if I want to set foot in that country again until I see signs of people there having some sort of moral conscience. And I know it would be the same in France, Germany, other places. So maybe I'm just basically done with the effing West. Never been to the US. Don't want to go there. Don't want to go there. Seems like a horrible place. People shooting each other. Probably half the people supporting what Israel is doing. I apologise if you're American and you're watching this. Peace and love to you. But as a country, as a culture, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to my country. I don't want to go to. I have lived in Germany and enjoyed it, and I had thought maybe I'll go there again one day. But no, the unwavering support they give Israel because of their collective guilt about the Holocaust. Don't ever want to probably necessarily set foot in that country again. Anywhere. Same probably goes for all those Gulf states. If I did want to go to them, which I don't, I'm not sure I would now. Basically, I don't really want to go anywhere because, except the few countries that have spoken out in support of Palestine, I'm completely disgusted with my country, the West collectively. F all of them. F all of them. And like I said, I did want to talk about other things like environmental issues, but I'm not even sure it's a world worth saving, and that makes me feel sad as the father of a 16-year-old. But I guess, yeah, I'm 50. As far as I know, I've got long COVID, some other health problems. I don't know if I'll be here 5 years from now. It's for my son and his generation to work it out. I think, man, I think I give up on humanity, quite frankly.